everyone. You're just in time for yet another culinary expedition. As you can see, we're at this beautiful restaurant made in Punjab in Orbit, Malad. And today I'm with a very beautiful person who's not just passionate about modeling and film, but also cooking. Amazing, isn't it? Hi Deeksha, welcome to the food show.
Thank you so much.
Firstly, what is the secret behind you being so fit and gorgeous always?
There's no real secret. I think that it's just about being happy and sort of, being in the moment, enjoying what I do, and being really passionate about a lot of things. One of them being food. Huge foodie, absolutely love my food.
Wow, so food makes you happy.
Absolutely.
I think you're in the right place then.
I definitely am.
Also, you won the Fresh Face Femina Miss India 2009.
Yes.
And I think till now you look absolutely fresh. What is it? What is the food that goes into it?
I don't really believe in diets. I don't believe in doing too much.
Okay.
I think that you need to be simple. You need to follow just to sort of, just be healthy, get your nutrients that your body requires.
Right.
But obviously you have your binge days, you have your days you really want to eat, and that's some of the stuff that I'm going to be showing you guys today. So.
Oh, that's what we're doing today. That's the exciting part. Wow, what are we making today?
We're actually making some really old family recipes of mine. My granddad used to cook, my dad cooks every Sunday for us. So we're a family that shows our love through our food. So we're doing a lal mas, which is, a typical Rajasthani dish.
Okay.
And then we're doing an apple crumble, which is my mom's, homemade household recipe that my friends actually tell me that, when you go home, get your mom's apple crumble and come back. It's that famous. These are going to be like hit party dishes, and I'm sure everyone's going to love them.
I think that sounds like a lot of fun. I think mutton would take longer to get cooked.
It would actually, yes.
Let's start with that, and there's a lot that I need to know from you. So in the meantime, let's start with the mutton.
That'll be lovely. Let's go. So we have desi ghee.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a rich dish. For all the diet conscious people, you can do half desi ghee, half oil.
Okay.
So we put our desi ghee into a pan. Okay. And it's basically the ratio is 2:1.
Okay.
So how much ever desi ghee you put, you double the mutton.
Okay.
And normally we choose like a nice boneless mutton, so it's really succulent, it's soft, But if you don't have, you can't get that. You can get, mutton with bone and stuff as
Whichever way you like it. I guess.
Yeah. So we've done our You need to wash the mutton, make sure it's really clean, and then you start stirring it.
Okay.
After about a couple of minutes, we have this lovely Kashmiri chilies that we have right here.
Wow.
So you break the chilies and you just add them into this mix.
How spicy does this make it?
So the spice level depends on what you really want. I don't like it very spicy, but the Kashmiri chilies give it this beautiful red color.
And flavor.
And this gorgeous flavor. But for a lot of people, if you can't get the whole chili, you can definitely get a Kashmiri red chili powder.
Yeah.
And the chili is also in the 2:1 ratio to the mutton. So then you just sort of stir it, make sure it gets this beautiful red color. It's just going to soak in all the juices, and mutton's going to be a beauty.
Wow. And what do you generally eat this with?
I like it with my parathas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a heavy,
nice
heavy Sunday lunch, where you really just dig into the mutton. It has like this beautiful spiced flavor. But the beauty with the Kashmiri red chilies are that they don't make it, at least from whatever, I don't really like eating spice, and they don't really make it over. It doesn't ever become too spicy.
It's more for the flavor and the color, like you said. And I guess the aroma, which I can already...
It's going to start getting this beautiful red color, and it's just going to absorb all the flavor that's there. And then we add some ginger.
Okay.
Your discretion, just a bit. Just to give it that little extra twang.
Yes.
So we have that. So yeah.
This is like what dish is it? Is it a Rajasthani dish?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Actually, my grandfather was in the army and he was touring, and that's where he came upon this dish.
Okay.
So it's actually lal mas, but in my family we call it jungli mutton.
Why jungli?
Just I think your jungli side comes out when you have it. I don't know.
Okay, I'd love to see that.
Yes, it's you know one of those. You have to really roll your sleeves up and get into it to enjoy it. So it's one of those. So we're just stirring it. We're just gonna add a bit of salt.
Okay.
To taste. So just a pinch.
How did you get into modeling firstly?
I actually was spotted. I was in my college and I was taking part in a college festival and someone spotted me there.
In Mumbai?
Yes, in Mumbai. I was at HR.
Okay.
So they asked me if I want to take part in the Miss India and I said, you know, why not? Like, who wouldn't want to?
Right.
And that's how it happened for me. That's how I actually got through the Miss India, because someone came and told me to take part in it.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
And then after that, have you also continued to do more modeling after the pageant?
No, not really, because right after the pageant, I had gone for one of, like, I think my second modeling show, I had gone to Hyderabad.
Okay.
And that's where I was spotted and that's where I was, you know, offered this Telugu movie. And then I started working in movies, and after that I primarily have worked and done movies down south.
Tell us some of the heroes that you worked with.
So I did my debut with Allu Arjun, and then I did my second movie with Ravi Teja.
Okay.
And so Ravi is the person I've worked the most with. I've done 2 movies with him. Tamil, I did my debut with Vikram. So it's sort of, I'm just going to let this be for a moment now.
Yeah, we need to
get the flavors in. So you meet all these people, they're so acclaimed and they're so passionate about what they do.
Right.
That as a newcomer, it was such an amazing learning experience, you know. So I'm really happy that I actually started work and I did such brilliant movies in the south. And I got to learn a lot. So as we can see, the mutton's got this beautiful red color.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It just, you know, soaks in all the flavors, the juices, and that's the reason that I normally insist that it's, you know, the Kashmiri red chili. Because as I've been telling you guys, because that's the one which actually gives it this beautiful color. Because this dish, as it's known for its taste, that important is the color. Because as I said, it's called lal mas also. You know, and now we're just going to put it on the pressure cooker for about 10 minutes, just with a little water. So it's a semi-dry dish. So let's put it on the pressure cooker now.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome.
What does it take to win the Fresh Face title in Femina Miss India? Fresh food, fresh thoughts, fresh attitude. We're still finding out more from the gorgeous Deeksha Seth, so come right back. Welcome back. You're back just in time. While the mutton is on the pressure cooker, Deeksha was telling me how she eats right to stay fit. But Deeksha, seriously, how do you manage it in all the erratic shooting schedules? How do you manage to eat right?
It actually does get, you know, really difficult. But I think the important thing is that, you know, what I do is I make my meals and I carry them. So I think that makes it slightly simpler, because if you're out and then you're sort of, you know, trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I can eat, what are the restaurants, what are the options, then it gets a little hectic.
Right.
I actually only cook recreationally, you know, just to, if I've had a stressful day. I love my desserts. I love, you know, I love baking. So that's actually the dish we're going to make now has actually got a little baking involved in it. So I love my baking. It actually just, I find it very therapeutic. So I only cook either for people I love or for myself now. So
that's amazing. So I think you're making a dessert now?
I am. I'm making an apple crumble. Again, it's a relatively, you know, fuss-free dish. It's got, you know, doesn't have that many ingredients. It doesn't have, but it has apple, which is, you know, a fruit you can get throughout the year. Okay, so let's start. So we have our apples. I'm just going to tell you what's here. We have our apples. So initially what we do is we're going to stew the apples to make them slightly softer. So otherwise, you know, when you put the apples into the oven, they remain slightly crunchy. If you like it that way, go for it. But this is how we do it. So we're going to stew the apples. So we're going to have the apples, put a little sugar, a little lime juice, and a little dalchini, cinnamon, and just sort of stew it for a couple of minutes till it becomes soft, so that, you know, it doesn't have that crunchy taste anymore. It's sort of just, it's a beautiful. So we have our apples, and you need to obviously take off the skin and, you know, cut the apples into small thin strips, and then we add sugar. Add it to your taste. You obviously have to always have a sugar which, like castor sugar. You can't ever have you know, proper sugar, because then the granules are going to bother you. But all this is something that is added to your taste. So if you're someone who minds
like it too sweet,
then I would say, you know, maybe don't add as much sugar as you would if you were doing a party.
Right. Do you have a very sweet tooth?
I do have a very sweet
How
tooth.
have you managed to look after that?
I'm always binging, I have no idea. But, and then the cinnamon just gives it that, you know, beautiful taste.
Okay.
Which cinnamon has a.
I absolutely love cinnamon.
Yeah, so you just do this, just get the apples nice and stewed, and you know, they'll soak in all the, and they also get really nice because of the sugar and the lime and the cinnamon.
Right.
You know, they get flavored. They're flavored apples, which you could also just have as a dish, I think.
Exactly.
So the apples are nearly done.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we need to just let them cool down. So they actually become the base of our apple crumble. So okay, let's just keep this on the side, and now we start making our crumble.
Let's do that.
So to make our crumble, we take our flour, and again it's 2:1.
Okay.
So I'm just doing an approximation.
Yeah.
You know, so we add our flour, and I'm just going to add my sugar, and let me just use this. Preferably try and keep the butter out.
Okay.
So it's
So
slightly
it's not too
softer.
hard, otherwise you can't get it out.
Yeah. You know, if it's right from the fridge, then it's
They
normally
won't even mix in well.
exactly. It's normally very hard, and it doesn't happen. And again, this also has a twang of cinnamon. You know, just to give it that beautiful sort of taste that cinnamon has. And you just sort of start mixing
Okay.
the butter, the flour, the sugar, and the cinnamon together. You know, what we are looking for is a consistency which resembles breadcrumbs.
Okay.
That sort of, you know, sort of grainy, granule thing.
Right.
So we're just, so that's why if the butter is slightly softer, it helps.
Right.
Because then you're not putting in all your energy into that.
So this is ready?
It is.
And
our apples are cool.
Okay.
And we've actually preheated the oven to
Okay.
180 degrees. So what we're going to do is now just get our dish ready and then put it in the oven.
You seem like a very organized cook, I must say. Preheated the oven exactly in time.
Sort of put this here. On top of the apples, just thin. Don't overpower the apples, so don't have too many oranges, because
it is an apple crumble.
it is. Just sort of let the oranges, you know, sit on the apples.
Right.
And then you add your crumble on top. So just you have your crumble. That just even it out slightly. You know, and the thing which is really interesting is that, you know, you can see the apples, you can see the crumble. You know, so even when you're like digging into it, you know exactly that
all the layers,
and the oranges are like the surprise. You can't see them. So I'm going to put them into the oven.
Okay.
You need to keep it there for about half an hour.
Okay.
And so our mutton's in the pressure cooker. We have the apple crumble in the oven.
A complete meal.
Completely.
Wow.
You know, so main course, dessert, complete state style.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The gorgeous Deeksha Seth is rustling up a scrumptious meal. I can't wait to dig in, and I'm sure you can't wait to see what it's looking like. So for that, come right back. Well, this is my favorite part. As you can see, the food looks phenomenally presented, courtesy Made in Punjab in Orbit Malad. Deeksha, I must say this is looking very interesting. Should we start?
It is. Yes, we should.
I think it's a great idea to try this with the naans, right?
It is. I like it.
Yeah?
With the naan. A lot of people do prefer it with the rice.
Okay.
But
you want to try first?
yes.
It is awesome. Deeksha, I must say, you're very multi-talented. Modeling, acting, cooking, that is amazing.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Food often tastes better with great conversations such as today. If Deeksha Seth can juggle her career in films and modeling and yet cook so well, what's your excuse? Why don't you try some of Deeksha's cooking tips at home? And of course, don't forget to smile. Deeksha, I can't wait to try the apple.
Let's just dig into it.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Really get the apple.